Ladies and gentlemen, all rise. Court is back in session. Wow, you all actually stood up. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Devil's Due. I'm your host, Carl Duty. With me, as always, is a man whose likeness was the second most cosplayed character at Comic-Con this weekend, Mr. Drew Celestino.
In fairness, I was just checking the levels on the recorder when I stood up. They followed me down.
I stood up.
Yeah, so I take it Loki was very popular at Comic-Con?
No, just you.
Oh, well, hey. If you could turn those cosplays into downloads, that would help us out considerably. So,
Okay,
just putting that out there. Hi.
Hi. As the audience can probably hear by now, we have some guests with us.
Well, we are not also in our usual... we're in the studio.
We are not in Cobra Island Studios.
Because there isn't one right now.
We are in the Monte Carlo Studios. We're at my place. We have two guests, no strangers to the show. Mr. Jay Gelsomino of email fame?
That's about right.
Hi.
And Mr. Nate Lockhart, host of The Memory Machine, back with us again.
This is my second time.
Yes.
And we've been on yours.
That's right.
We showed you ours, and you showed us yours.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
It's all familiar now.
Technically your third time.
Third time.
Your voice can be heard in the background in the live show, and you came up and asked the question.
That's true.
Well, got to put a ring on it now.
Yeah, I guess we gotta.
It's my first time back on Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Last
Radical
time Jay
change.
was live on the show, we were in West Coast. We were post NJP Dub, eating In-N-Out Burger with a strange man by the ATM.
who apparently did not know how to operate it.
It's unclear.
He left with no money.
At least he didn't leave with our money.
Or our heads.
That's fair. So, standing on ceremony, sir, how was your week?
I'm living through a kitchen renovation right now.
Yes.
And it's been, it started off smoothly enough, and it has quickly escalated into I'm losing my mind, and I want this to be done as quickly as possible, and it won't be. So it's going swimmingly.
Is there any home renovation where that does not happen? Despite
probably
your
not.
income level.
Probably not.
Be you poor or rich?
I would assume any home renovation should be undertaken with the expectation that it will go south quickly, and you will spend at least 40% of it miserable.
Yep.
So, anyway, without getting too deep into all that, my birthday was on Friday.
Yes, it was.
So that was cool. We went to a French restaurant downtown. I had a good rating online. I was like, I like new foods, and a traditional French restaurant normally isn't what I go for. I usually go for the exotic, the ethnic, the, where the flavor town is. So I'm like, well, French is like renowned through the ages, right? How bad could it be? Let's go to the French restaurant.
I am in flavor country.
That's right.
2 cigarettes? It's a big country.
Exactly. So I went to the French restaurant, and I was brutally disappointed. The food was okay, but the service was very poor. So
was it French-like? Very,
Snooty.
Stereotypically snooty?
if they would have
Snotty.
if they would have spoke with French accents, I would have excused it, to be honest with you. But
Did you have the chowder?
No.
Chowder.
Chowder.
So that was a bit of a bummer. But afterwards, you and
Yes.
Alan and my friend Jason and my friend Colin, we all met up at Big Ditch Brewing, which is my favorite local brewery, and I had quite a few, and it was a good time.
Yeah, we had fun. I had a burger there.
Yes, I did not eat because I had the underwhelming French food. I would have enjoyed the food at Big Ditch much more.
I wasn't crazy about the burger.
Well,
Flavor was fine, but there's something about the physical eatability of a burger that needs...
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
They have good pretzel sticks if you ever go to
Also
Big
good.
Ditch. Yep. Good pretzel
sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Deep cut on draft. Mm-hmm. I think I had 3 of them.
So I know what we did after that, but save
Yes.
that just for a moment.
Sure.
Because we're going to have a discussion on that a couple steps down the road here.
Okay.
Because Mr. Lockhart has also been there earlier this week as well.
We'll couch that for a moment.
yeah.
Table it.
Table it. Yes.
Yes.
we had a fun discussion about The Last Jedi at Big
That was
Ditch.
great.
That devolved
was great.
quickly.
You and I standing on the island of, this movie is awesome. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yes.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with it. You have to look past the surface level Jedi stuff, and you will find that it's actually. We said it in our review. It's like the first Star Wars movie ever, maybe. That's like, oh, this is actually like about something.
Yes. My simple explanation, I said it twice that night, of The Last Jedi is Rian Johnson burns down everything Star Wars has become and reestablishes everything Star Wars was meant to be.
You are not wrong, and you are not wrong. You are absolutely right, but, Jedi have force powers.
I know. And to be fair to Kareem,
So,
he was
you know.
extremely drunk.
Yes. But to be fair to Jason, he was completely sober and still wanted to argue certain points. But that's okay. He's my boy. I love him, so it's all good. He did like the movie, but
Yeah.
he still has some things that stick in his craw about it. Maybe they're valid. I don't know. We can't agree Benicio del Toro was still kind of annoying, right?
No. I
I
like
would.
his character.
Character, fine. But as soon as he starts doing that stuttering crap, I'd be like, if I'm Rian Johnson, I'm like, let me stop you right there.
We
got toys to sell.
You did this in Usual Suspects.
Yes, that, and we have toys to sell, and no one wants to buy the stuttering guy. So, let's put that out there.
Pull the string.
Exactly. So anyway, Saturday, I got to. Okay, I can spill the beans now. So Saturday was my wife's sister-in-law. Is that my sister-in-law kind of at this point?
No.
Okay, well,
That makes you two absolutely nothing.
all right, perfect. Thank you, Dark Helmet. So
Jay just got the quote.
it was okay.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. My wife's brother's
I was there at
wife's
the beginning.
40th birthday.
Okay.
So we had a little pizza party at Jen's grandmother's for us,
Okay.
and I got to finally spill the beans. I got to give her present that I bought a few months ago.
Okay.
I've been sitting on it for a while. And
Like an egg?
And I've been unable to
hatchet?
relay this information publicly because I was afraid it would get back to her in some fashion.
Yeah.
So, she, from myself and Jen, got a ticket to see Nine Inch Nails at Radio City Music Hall in New York City in October. Likewise, I am going as well.
Oh, well.
So-
I mean, yeah, because leaving your wife home with a estimated 1-month-old is,
I'm
that's always a
pretty
good
sure we'll both need a break at that point, and hers can come when I get back. In any case, I did ask no less than 5 times before purchasing the tickets if
idea. Okay.
it was cool
All
to
right,
go.
then you're good then.
Yes.
You are absolved of... All right.
Oh,
5
no,
times.
this was not-
She said yes all 5 times.
She said yes.
All right, you're fine.
Go. Should go.
You are
Go,
absolved
go,
of-
go. And I believe me. I wanted to, but I wasn't going to do it if she said no.
Yeah.
Even I am not that dumb. Anyway, so yeah, that's happening in October, so that's exciting. So anyway, later that night as well, she had a gathering at 12 Gates Brewing. Her husband rented. He didn't rent it out, but we had like 50 people there, and he got
Okay.
food from Kentucky Greg's brought in, and like we had a big gathering for her birthday, which was cool. And that's been it. Other than that, I've been basically like shopping for appliances and lighting and trying not to lose my mind with all of the costs, options, and considerations that come with all of this.
Well, you're in a safe place now. You're in a happy place.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah,
You are.
I am.
You're with friends. And,
I'm relieved
and
now.
with comic books.
Yes. And now I'm here, and
Yes.
that's where we are.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So I mentioned last week that I got a new job, and then I can't remember if I mentioned last week that my current, what is technically my current as of next week, my previous job, pretty much just sent me home with pay for the
Yeah.
remainder of my 2 weeks. So I've been on a nice this is roughly the beginning of my second week of a 2-week paid vacation. Oh, Drew, so much Octopath Traveler. So much.
I'm envious. I've still only played but 2 hours of Octopath Traveler, and I
I
want to
do-
play more, but
I do
don't
like 2
have
hours
time.
in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm up to 30 hours.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's good. We were excited about this game, and
Yes.
I'm happy that it's living up to expectation.
Yeah, I mean its criticisms are valid, but I don't care.
All right, that's fine.
The good stuff way outweighs the criticisms.
Okay.
So yeah, that was pretty much. I've been playing X-Wing whenever I get a chance, 'cause store championships are coming up, and that is pretty much it.
All right.
Dear listeners,
What about these guys?
if they don't get to tell about their weeks,
Ouch.
Follow me on Twitter. That's how you can
They can
find
hoard
out.
their stuff.
yeah, at the end of the show.
Oh, okay. So for everyone that tunes out halfway, sorry guys.
I'm not going to hijack for a plug.
Dear listeners, if you would like to send us any questions or comments on your weeks, you can do so at the following locations. You can find us on Twitter at DevilsDoPod. You can go to Facebook.com/DevilsDoPod. You can email us at thedevilsdupod@gmail.com, or you can find all these resources available to you on our website, thedevilsdupodcast.com. Now, Drew, normally this is where we get into the emails, but because one of the gentlemen who routinely sends us emails is currently here,
Yes.
and the other one is currently on his way to Colombia,
Colombia.
Alan, coffee. Bring us coffee.
Coffee?
Please.
From Colombia. That's what you want from Colombia is coffee.
Well, Jay,
code word,
in the
Jay.
Luke Cage sense,
It's code.
coffee.
Family show.
Luke Cage coffee from Colombia.
Oh.
So, really quickly, before we
Light
get
and
into the item that was tabled,
Exactly.
Jay, do you have any questions for us?
I was going to send one, but I was...
You could just ask.
Yeah, you're
No,
here.
because it was going to be a litany of curse words that Carl was going to have to
Oh, no.
edit out because of...
Carl.
No. He was because he reads them.
Oh.
So he was going to have to edit because I started typing them after I watched the Titan trailer.
I was table that. We'll get there.
Oh, no, but I just...
Oh.
Yeah, probably should have
No.
watched it. I think Nate's going to be good for two.
The
conversations
the
this
Teen
episode.
Titans trailer.
Yes.
The F
Yeah.
Batman thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
All
We're
right,
not
yeah, I was just checking sure. All right.
If you were Robin, marry, kill, Batman, or Batman.
That's the best joke about that.
I would have done it in the way of the reporter from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. If you were Robin, would you expletive deleted, expletive deleted, or expletive
No,
deleted?
mine actually sounded kind of like when, after Alanis Morissette kills Loki and Bartleby in Dogma. When Jay Muse stands up and just starts, what was this? Who was this lady?
That's a fair assessment of that trailer.
Why is Robin killing people?
Okay, all right.
We're getting ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, we really are. So, let us talk about what we did Friday night after we left Big Ditch. We went to Buffalo's brand new barcade,
In a sense,
Mistua Chow's.
Mr. the Chows.
And Nate, you went there the next night, Saturday night.
I did.
Let us talk about our experiences
Okay.
at this establishment.
You say so.
Okay. Who wants to start?
Well, I liked it.
I also dug it for the most part.
Yeah.
I like the decor.
Yeah,
They
for
have,
sure.
They have a great list of beer.
They have a giant Mechagodzilla mural.
Do they? They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, on the
yeah. We
stairwell.
saw it. Yeah, I did. I did point out.
It's
yeah, right
mega
upstairs.
rad.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Aesthetically, it's great. They didn't
Uh-huh.
have the ceiling lights on though on the upstairs.
No.
I was a little bummed
Oh,
out.
they did. They did when I was there.
Oh well, sure. When you were there. Okay.
Yeah.
So aesthetically, it's great. Beer list is great.
Yeah, the beer list is
I
perfect.
I've read what they're going to be serving for food when they start having it next
Right.
month, and it's like, okay, yes,
Yeah.
this is all really cool. The arcade experience was a little lacking.
Yes.
a little bit. Yeah.
So-
I mean, part of me is
Because
more
you've been to
forgiving.
numerous barcades.
I've been to a lot of arcades.
I'm not sure how many you've been to, Drew. This was my first.
A few. I've been to a few, and this does not compare to them very well.
In some ways, I think it compares. So at least the ones in Chicago in terms of the state of repair of the machines. Like I feel like that's common across barcades, is where everything's kind of half working or half not half working, maybe not quite at that level, but
I've been to better.
yeah, oh yeah, I've been to better in terms of machines, but I'm willing to give this a lot of leeway. As one of it's
This is a soft opening.
Yeah, right. One, it's a soft opening. Two, we finally have a barcade in this town.
Yeah,
finally.
It's actually hard to believe we haven't had one yet.
It's unbelievable we
Right?
haven't. Unbelievable. Yeah, and it's just I'm just so starved for arcade experiences that I'm willing to let it slide.
All right.
Honestly, like I'm just like
Yeah.
I mean, Carl, you know me. I love my old school
Yeah.
arcade games, so
I felt the prices
Yeah.
were a little salty.
Yes, especially
50
on,
cents a game
on Ninja Turtles.
For Ninja Turtles,
when
if
you
I'm
get
playing
one
50
life,
cents-
for one life
One
is
life!
a problem.
50 cents a turtle.
That is steep, but everything else, though, I think 50 cents a game is fair. I mean, if you look at, I was telling you about this, Carl, that 25 cents in 1980 is 72 cents today. So you're still kind of getting the deal per game if you're paying 50 cents a game.
I mean, even
and
if-
honestly,
but there's a
if you-
game-
if you're
But that
playing-
was my parents' money.
yeah. but even then,
that's a
if you get-
valid point.
but
I
even
didn't
then-
care.
But even then, if you get $10, you're going to get a lot of entertainment out of $10 worth of quarters.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I would get twice as much if the games were 25 cents.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't make any money.
Oh. I think I would say they'd make more.
I don't think they would.
I think they would.
After
People
seeing
would
what happened when I was there, I don't think that's the case.
People would spend more.
I don't think so.
I think it's something you would have to look at after they've been open for a period of time.
Sure.
It's not something you really judge just from the outset.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as Mayan goes, the state of the machines was a disappointment. For them to have clearly put so much money into the place in a prime location. I mean, granted, I'm probably spoiled by the last arcade experiences I've been having, being the Rochester Strong Museum of Play,
Yes.
in which the arcade
Yes.
machines are in pristine condition.
It is a museum.
Yeah, it's a museum.
Yeah.
Your
Top men.
Yes.
top men.
Yeah.
Your friend Drew, your friend Colin pointed out, I think, a very valid point. Maybe Nate, you can probably speak to this a lot. Is that the skill set, the ability to properly maintain these machines, is probably something that is not readily available in workers now because the
I can do
technology. We know you can do
Yeah.
it, Nate.
Yeah.
I could leave you in a room with a couple 2x4s, a paper clip, some duct tape, and some Neosporin, and you can build a fully functioning Pac-Man machine.
Actually, I think I could. Well, I need a circuit board, but yeah.
No, that's all you have.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
confident you can
all
do
right.
it.
I believe in myself. I'm
So
confident.
it's possible that maintenance workers for this particular industry, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
are just not readily available.
And
I'm
the
not-
people that are amateurs. You know, like
Yeah.
we're not professionals. We're learning this as we go.
Yeah.
I
Now-
get my education from internet forums. Like it's
Now,
not.
now
you know.
you were there with Seth and Drew, different
Trey.
Drew, Trey
Yeah,
of
Drew-
the
Drew.
Geekiverse, and they
Uh-huh.
did some videos there. Seth should never do that stuff drunk. I love Seth to death. He should never do that drunk.
Well, a lot of it was loud. It was
The
loud in there, you know.
the lights seemed really, really bright, or was that just the way that came through on the camera?
I think that's just the way it came through on
Okay.
camera. Yeah.
Because the lights were out when we were there, but I kind of dug the ambience because it was more arcade, like classic arcade, like.
I wanted neon. I wanted the full.
Yeah.
I wanted the full Neo Tokyo experience.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, there was still plenty of ambiance.
And
Ambience.
other than that,
Yeah.
like I had an overall enjoyable experience. I didn't drink anything because I was driving and I was by myself that night.
Nice porters.
Yeah, there's nothing like big that really stood out to me. Just like a bunch of little things that very good chance they will fix.
You're mostly
at the-
upset that the Street Fighter machine was down, weren't you?
I'm really
Yeah.
upset the Street Fighter machine was
Yeah.
down.
See, I understand that from you. That's something that you in particular would look forward to and want. Whereas with me, I'm like, fighting games. Who cares? I'm just like,
Now, there was no
Whoa.
Mortal Kombat presence at all, so I was.
Mustache
Yeah.
is tingling. Carl is angry.
did you guys get any high scores on anything while you were there?
No.
No.
We played Turtles, and then we realized this is really expensive for
Yeah.
Turtles.
Yeah.
The machines
Question
are a
for
little
you.
close together too, like
Yeah.
physically.
Well, that's
Because
a lot
if
of
you're
arcade
playing Leo and
markets.
Ninja Turtles,
Oh, yeah.
you're standing on top of the person playing Spy Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's common. I feel like.
As a person who has not gone yet, what games are there?
Okay, going from memory.
Yeah.
Tapper, Root Beer Tapper,
Yeah.
Millipede, Centipede,
And Missile Command.
All in one machine.
That was
Ninja
a nice
Turtles,
machine. Mm-hmm.
Spy Hunter,
Yeah.
Punch Out.
Yeah.
No, 1942,
1943.
Punch Out, non-working Street Fighter, Pac-Man, swing over to the other side, Galaga, Defender.
I don't think it was Defender.
Qbert.
Qbert.
It was Qbert.
Off-Road.
Ivan Stewart's Off-Road.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a very common arcade game.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Yeah.
Donkey
So
was
bad.
it the Donkey Kong
There's
trilogy?
a Donkey Kong Multicade, yeah.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Jr., and the underappreciated Donkey Kong 3.
I do like Donkey Kong
I love
3.
Donkey Kong 3.
That's great.
I love blowing smoke up
I
Donkey
have that.
Kong's butt.
Yeah, I have that on Famicom. It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Tron,
Yes.
2 skee-ball machines,
Uh-huh.
and then Metallica, Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
Walking Dead. There's a third, AC/DC.
Kiss.
Kiss.
It's Kiss.
And an old school.
Yeah, some
Pinball
early
machine.
electrical
Yeah.
machine, like just
So
after they switched over.
it's a decent selection.
So
It's
3
not-
out of the 4 games that I wish they had, they don't.
Like what? What are they missing?
X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is my childhood I want.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Simpsons?
die.
Oh yeah.
They
no,
got
Simpsons.
Ninja Turtles there. Simpsons is a poor Ninja Turtles.
It's The Simpsons. I don't care. If I could hit somebody with Marge's hair, that's what I want.
You want Smithers to be a diamond thief.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
what
right.
you want.
It's
yeah.
canon.
Oh man.
And the Terminator 2 with
Ah.
the actual
With the light gun.
mounted gun.
Terminator 2.
Talk about a
See,
quarter muncher. That
Oh.
game.
I'm totally okay with the large
those
lack
are-
of beat 'em ups.
Those are
'cause I
second
always-
golden age arcade.
I
Yeah.
just remember having the what was it?
The second
The
golden
Super
age
Nintendo
that was
with the
brought
scope?
about.
Yes,
Yeah.
the scope
That had
stunk.
for the
Yeah.
Terminator
Yeah.
game, and I was like,
Yeah.
I can do this at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Yeah.
the second
I was
golden
still
age.
terrible at it.
The second golden age of arcades that was brought about by the fighting games you don't care about.
No,
You're-
it's fine.
you're-
No,
you're
I'm glad
welcome,
they
Nate.
exist, and I'm glad that they have their fans.
It's almost like I can see
Evo's-
Carl's killer instinct right now.
Evo's kind of fun to watch sometimes.
I like what you did there.
I enjoy watching Evo. I enjoy watching you enjoy Evo. It's
Evo's
fun.
coming up.
I-
think
I-
it's next weekend.
It's well, there's a word for it. It's the opposite of Schadenfreude. Confelicitation. I feel confelicitation with you with Evo.
and
Wow.
with that, Nate has.
I'm just
made-
looking that up.
I was
Yeah.
about to say what that Nate has made me feel dumb.
Yeah, it's a good word. You should use it.
You and
My
your
English
big
is useless
words.
right now.
Okay.
So in any case,
Yeah.
we'll probably go back.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
definitely a good experience. If you're in the Buffalo area, we recommend checking it out. The
Only problem-
grand opening is August 10th, I believe.
Beat my
Yeah.
Donkey Kong score.
I'm a little worried about it, to be honest with you, because I want to eat there, and based
Yeah.
on what we saw the other night, you ain't gonna be able to get in there to eat. It
Well,
was like wall to
there's-
wall.
Even downstairs.
Proctologist's
Yeah.
dream.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Packed.
when we were down there, when I was down there on Saturday, that seated area wasn't so much full, but the
Wow.
bar was spilling.
See,
out
I couldn't
in every
even
direction.
get that far down there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the bar was just
Yeah.
packed.
I think
Where is it?
Main Street.
Main Street,
Okay.
521 Main Street.
not far from Big Ditch. It's like we walked.
Yeah.
We walked what?
Yeah,
200 feet.
not even.
Yeah.
I want to go again right now. You guys want to go after this?
I mean,
I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Hey.
I mean, I gotta go
gonna
to
get paid
work.
to go.
but, like, the kid's already going to be in bed by the time we're done with this. So like,
I'm not saying no to that invitation. Okay, so folks, if you can't tell, it's going to be a long episode, but it's going to be a fun
sorry.
one. No, it's
You
okay.
say
I
that,
droned.
but-
All right, so we are getting now to the meat of the episode, which the entire episode is going to be news. We're not going into Jessica Jones this episode. We are going to have a lively discussion next episode about the creative direction of The Devil's Due. So start thinking about that, folks.
vote on it.
Okay, so we're opening a huge...
Polls open now.
Yeah, we're opening a huge case files because this past weekend was San Diego Comic-Con, Geek Prom, the gathering of everything you
comical
care
loves.
about. But before we get to that,
The Everything But Comics Con.
yeah, that's fair. That's a fair statement.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Some comic stuff happened.
Before we get to that, we do have one quick bit of news that just dropped today, which I'm not sure is a cause of concern. It's definitely not something we would want to hear. Earlier today, Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples announced that Saga will be taking a 1-year hiatus.
And Jay's leaving.
Oh, no,
Jay is leaving.
All right.
I don't need this kind of negativity in my life right now.
So
I second your reaction, Jay. I was not happy
now,
about this.
for those of you who don't know, Saga
Really
is
some tissues
probably Saga.
Wait, they just ended the last issue too.
I didn't read it yet. Stop, slow down.
Saga is probably the best monthly book being printed. Now, it is an image book, so every 6 months they take like a 2 to 3 month
3-month break.
Basically to give time for the trade of that past 6 issues to
It's actually a really
come
smart
out.
marketing.
Yeah, it's really good. If you haven't read Saga, it's essentially Star Wars meets Shakespeare, and it's freaking fantastic. I currently
It's
read
Cinemax.
kind of.
Yeah, I currently read Saga in
At
trades, and I'm behind on the trades. But this being for the show and this being a news story, I don't care what spoilers are given out because I know Drew, you, and Jay, you both read it monthly.
Oh, I'll bite
So-
my lip. I won't spoil anything.
So, what do we think of this news?
Hey,
Room leaving.
put it. I feel like they've done a good job of maintaining the schedule that they have done for 54 issues now. And Brian K. Vaughan put out a statement, and he said basically, if we're gonna bring this thing home in a satisfying way, we need to take a break to recharge the batteries and really focus on what we want to do to end this series. And also spend time with our families, because they probably don't do that very often, given the release schedule of the book, and given the fact that Brian K. Vaughan writes like 10 other books.
Yeah, he's
and
he's
Fiona
busy.
Staples is a amazing artist.
She does
so-
all the arts, like
Yeah.
the inking, the coloring, and that's even with today's modern technology that's used by predominant comic book artists. That takes up a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not going to see it. I don't think by any means it's like, oh, it's over. I doubt that. If they say they're going to take a year off and map out where they want to go, hey, cool. Don't wing it for the sake of the schedule if you're just winging it.
Yeah, and
this
they
is
use
like, don't be WWE. But in other words, be more New Japan.
And they use the terminology "bring
Plan
it home,"
things.
which indicates that an ending of the story is in sight.
Well, I always felt going into Saga that an ending was going to be in sight. It couldn't last forever, and nor should it. It's a creator-owned book, and unlike Marvel and DC, they don't intend on milking these things forever. So I'm all about a firm conclusion. Like, why The Last Man? Sure, I cried at the end, but it had to end.
Didn't eat the grape. Just eat the grape. Eat the grape, man.
We'll talk about that too.
I don't know.
TV show. Anyway,
Well, isn't Saga supposed to become a TV show? Didn't somebody pick it up?
there's
Nobody's picked it up
talk.
yet. The dream is for HBO to pick it up.
I would
Because
imagine
who
it's
else
going to
would
be a
have the
hot
money?
property.
Netflix.
Oh, yeah,
Netflix, Amazon, HBO. Those are your 3 ones that would have the funds to do it and would also stay true to the source material. I don't see Disney picking.
No,
The
Saga's a little out
Sorry.
of their,
Yeah.
their wheelhouse.
CW. No.
I
No.
would want to see the CW's version of Saga. Yeah, I mean,
Hallmark Channel.
it seems for me it makes sense for HBO to pick it up because, like, hey, HBO, those Game of Thrones fans are going to be looking elsewhere after the season ends in 10 years. Here's something that you can lead right into. It's right along that alley.
Well, HBO is now owned by AT&T, right?
No, you're thinking
No.
of Warner Brothers.
Okay, well, someone bought HBO because HBO is now owned by someone else, and HBO is basically their mantra has always been
is it the Illuminati?
no. Let me pull it up.
The Rothschilds, the
while
Gettys.
I pull this up.
And the Colonel before he went tits up.
Wow. Correction, Carl. HBO was a company of Warner Brothers. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Warner Brothers. Something happened. Yeah, Warner Brothers just got absorbed by AT&T.
AT&T.
So AT&T has now said to HBO. Okay, so HBO's traditional business model has been quality over quantity.
Yes.
They don't do a lot, but what they do is very. They invented prestige TV, right?
Except for the last season of Oz.
Well, yeah.
Right.
But anyway, AT&T, visionaries that they are demanding they invert that. They want quantity. They want more of everything. So get ready for we're green-lighting everything.
Nothing good lasts forever.
It's true.
Anyway.
Gold can stay. So let's talk about Comic-Con.
I'm not worried about the Saga. Saga will be fine.
Yeah.
The wait will stink, but Saga will be fine.
Yeah. So on to
Lying.
what we've gathered here for.
That's a good one.
Well played, sir.
Saga readers will get that.
Yes. Nate hangs his head in shame because he's not a Saga reader.
I don't know.
You would love it.
Yeah.
You legitimately.
Yeah,
I did
You know
open
what?
up I did open up
Kate
the one page.
would love it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did open up the one page
Oh, no.
and it was just like
Could be anything.
Yeah, it was like two guys with like computer monitor heads and they were doing things.
Family
And I
friendly
was like,
show.
Huh.
They seem to come back after every break with some
Yeah.
sort of
Shocking splash
shocking.
page.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person who like saw like all the incest stuff on like Game of Thrones. Is like I can't.
Here's the
can't
thing.
hack it, man. Like, nah.
Here's the
I
thing
don't
with
wanna see
Saga.
this.
It's graphic, but
But they
not
were pretty
gratuitous.
people. I mean, it's okay if they're pretty.
That's
Goodness gracious.
Drew just made a very fair statement.
Well, sorry, say it again. I'm
it's
sorry.
graphic but not gratuitous.
It's
Plot serving.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything in Saga is plot serving, and everything is done with the book has more heart than like the entire comics industry deserves, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
I always like heart.
trust me, you'll feel it, and it's a great book. It's fantastic.
So, on to the con. Now, we got a lot of stuff to go over.
I forgot about Comic-Con. Like, it was happening.
The only thing I remember is I saw somebody dressed as Grimace
And
with
I normally
the Thanos.
You have got
That's funny.
you have
Infinite
got a lot of
Gauntlet.
stuff going on though.
I do, but like
You do
You're right.
like
No, you're
home
right.
remo. Your first child is about to be born. You got a lot.
About
New
to
stuff
be.
is constantly coming to light.
And Carl's been home for a week. He's had a lot of time to ruminate on this.
that's true. It's true.
Every video he watched, he got money for.
I just feel like it came and went, and I was just kind of like, I saw a couple trailers, and that's about it.
You know why? Because and this, detractors out there are going to say we're just shilling, but there was no Marvel.
True.
No Marvel Studios. I mean, there was Marvel Comics, but no Marvel Studios at Comic-Con
Well-
because they've got nothing to promote.
They did have a small presence at Comic-Con, Carl. Marvel Studios did have a booth for grief counseling for those who saw Infinity War. I'm not kidding.
That's
Wait,
great.
really?
Yes.
Oh, my word.
That's great.
In this world.
So we've got a lot of stuff to go over. Some of it great, some of it not so much. But
Viewer's choice.
I want to start out on a very, very high note.
Okay.
And that is, in October, we will get our first ever high-definition remastered Blu-ray release of Batman the Animated Series.
All right.
With a crap ton of extra content.
Cool.
I guess there was a panel at Comic-Con in Hall H, no less. There was a panel. They showed numerous scenes, and all the audience reports are joyful.
Radical.
We adore thee.
So my question for that is, I'm willing to bet that the original show was not photographed, or however they do animation cells, in
No.
high definition.
No,
Well,
it
it
was
was
way
six-
before
It
high
was
def
probably
became
on
standard.
16 millimeter film is probably what they shot it on.
So I
there's a
wonder how
definite-
do
They
they
showed it
blow
live.
that up?
It was terrible on the animators.
When you it's a terrible wrist on terrible strain of the animator's wrist. Oh no, man! This could very quickly devolve into like a big Simpsons quote show.
Oh, God, yes.
Every single podcast could devolve into a Simpsons quote show.
Well, I guess I'm wondering is like,
Well,
do they?
if it's 16 millimeter, there is definition to enhance over DVDs certainly.
Yeah.
It wasn't on videotape. I mean, you could tell when you see some of the older episodes, you could see some little filmic artifacts on there. So yeah, there's definition to be gained. I mean,
I wonder.
It was animated in. It was animated in mind that you would be watching it on a standard definition television, CRT.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means as to how it's going to look. But,
like, I would imagine
but there's definition
the
to be
restoration process might be something like, do they just go back to the original film and like rotoscope the whole thing and redo it?
There's a lot to be said about just cleaning up the prints. That gets you a lot, because having seen them on television, I have them all on DVD, and I'm currently watching them with Williams streaming on Amazon. You can tell, like, they can be cleaned up considerably. So if it was just like cleaned up, remastered, I would be all in for that. But we're getting a ton of bonus content, all new stuff. Not only that, you're also getting Mask of Phantasm and Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yeah. And Warner Brothers does a really good job with restoring their animated stuff, especially with Looney Tunes. Their very earliest efforts in the DVD era weren't great, but they improved a lot. Whereas with Disney, what they do when they restore their animated stuff is they actually, it's kind of, I don't know how else to explain it except to say that they basically redraw the whole film.
That's what I meant with
digitally.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Warner Bros. Does not do that.
Okay.
They don't change the colors of the original film.
Gotcha.
They don't special edition it the way Disney does. So
even if they could, even if that was something they did, I don't think they could get away with that with this. Just because of
with classic
how
Disney films.
revolutionary it was filmed.
Yeah.
Like, there's a look to it that needs to be kept intact.
Yeah.
Well, on the plus side, none of the future Batman directors have any excuse for making a poor product. We can just sit them down and be like, here, you're going to watch this whole Blu-ray.
Watch this.
And if you deviate from this, we're going to shock you
Yes.
with a stick.
Yep.
Cattle
Because that's
prod.
worked so far, right?
No, they haven't done that so far. They've just been like, oh yeah, Zach, you want to do what now? Sure.
Yeah.
It's
Give
been
him
there
a
the
tank and
whole
let him
time.
shoot people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna don't worry. We're gonna get to the live action end of DC. Jay, do you have any thoughts on Batman the Animated Series?
Haven't watched it in a long time, and
It's on Amazon Prime, man.
I have that.
Yeah.
I will go watch that now.
Yeah,
All right.
that and Superman the Animated Series.
I don't even think I ever watched Superman.
It was great. It was great.
Feet of Clay. Feet of Clay is a good one to jump back into. That episode with Clayface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
First one with
Feet of
Clayface.
Clay. Anyway, sorry.
So,
I was interrupted you.
Oh, no, interrupt away.
Yeah.
for our next story, we're staying in the animated realm.
Cool.
This year marks the 10-year anniversary of the Star Wars Clone Wars series, the animated series that originally started out as a series of shorts on Cartoon Network as traditionally hand-drawn animation.
By Genndy
Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then went to a full-blown, computer-generated animated series that ran for, I think, 7 or 8 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, it ran a long time, and I've seen the entire series. It's legitimately good. I mean, say what you will about the prequels. This series is good.
You too, buddy.
Now, the last season of the series aired when the purchase happened, when Disney purchased Lucasfilm. And this is one of the things that kind of got cut off. Now, when it was on Netflix streaming, and they released 3 or 4 episodes on Netflix that kind of wrapped up the series. And they were pretty good because a lot of it kind of retconned a lot of the stuff that was said in the prequels. And they had Mark Hamill voice Darth Bane, which was amusing.
Cool.
So that was just kind of the end of it. And they had a panel this year for the 10-year anniversary of Clone Wars. And then they announced, they had played a trailer, there is a new season of Clone Wars coming. Everyone's assuming this is going to be on the new Disney streaming service. this will be the air finger quotes final season of Clone Wars. And the trailer was really well done. It looked really cool, and it looks like they're diving into a lot of storylines that weren't necessarily properly addressed towards the end. But this is a huge surprise.
Yeah, if you're a fan of that show, that's a big deal. I mean, Disney didn't have to do that.
No.
Yeah, they didn't have to do that, but they're giving it a full final season.
Yes.
Dang.
Minimum 12 episodes.
Merry Christmas, Clone Wars fans.
Yeah, and it's in like
I'm happy for you.
The appearances and everything looks just like slight. It looks like it's new because they're artists going back to do something that was produced prior. So I'm not sure if it's all the original artists or if it's computer animation. They're using the same models and whatnot, but it looks really good. It looks updated. And it's something that I'm looking forward to, because if I'm going to list my things of favorite Star Wars stuff, it's not going to show up on the list, but it's still a really good story, really good product, because essentially tells the story of the Clone Wars. The thing that was mentioned one line in the original Star Wars movie, never talked about again in the trilogy, and then everybody was looking forward to in the prequel trilogy, and then we got the beginning battle, and then we got the end battle, and we saw nothing in between. And this was all like stuff in between, and a lot of it was like it was like legit like war stories, especially with the clones, and you see kind of how they develop their own personalities and grow beyond just being a clone.
Nifty.
Drew, Jay, any?
I never watched it, so I can't. I've seen 5 seconds of it because of what Kevin Smith talked about on, I think on Hollywood Babylon.
I have no reaction.
Learned Darth Maul was alive with robot legs.
And then he wasn't again anymore.
Yes.
But anyway,
I still haven't seen Solo, so
I have no real reaction because I just don't care about the if it's pre-episode 4, I just don't really care that much.
I'm all for anything good coming out of the prequels. It's nice to hear something was good that came out of those movies.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I still reject them on principle.
I don't. They're just bad movies. But I mean, there are kids, who grew up with the prequels as sort of their Star Wars movies, for better and mostly worse.
And look where that got us.
Yeah, yes. But hey, if you have the Clone Wars, that's good. You have something. You have something that you can hang on to that is objectively good. And so, and I'm very happy for fans that they get a real full final season. That's good. Good for you.
Good hustle.
So good for you. All right, now we're going to take a bit of a downturn.
All right.
Yeah.
Downturn.
This is where I thrive.
The hatred, I feel it. I feed off Drew's hatred.
There was a storyline that was forwarded, I think, like 2 years ago in some event. I can't remember. I think it was the Total Rebirth event, and it really hasn't been addressed since then. And we got an update for it at Comic-Con.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
Not one Joker.
Oh, right. Yeah, this.
Not
Wait,
two Jokers. 3 Jokers.
What do you... Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
See, at the end of the last DC Mega event, it was revealed somehow.
This comic books you're talking about here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Batman discovered that there were not one Joker, but there were 3 Jokers that he's been facing off against all these years.
What?
Oh, you didn't know about
No, this is before I got back into them.
Well,
I didn't read Rebirth.
I can't wait for the next event to combine them all into one again.
Yeah. Or for the
Super Mega Global Joker.
Or for them to do a 12-issue miniseries exploring the possibilities of 3 of them, only for the last page to reveal, psych, it was just one of the whole time.
Mega Joker Zord. So the
go bonkers.
The cover of 3 Jokers.
Who's behind this?
Put me back in the fridge.
Who's behind this, Carl?
This is being written by Jeff Johns.
Your boy! The guy I'm always warning you about. No, he's good. No, he's good. No, he's not. He writes crap like this.
Nobody's perfect.
Clearly.
Excuse me, Poe-Buddy's nerfect.
Poe-Buddy's
nerfect in Australia.
He's another guy.
Shirt?
Failing upwards. The Jeff Johns
Later
story.
we'll play a game of Knifey Spoony.
Yeah, that's right.
So they revealed the cover of 3 Jokers at the con. And it's like you clearly have the Brian Boland Joker in there from The Killing Joke. You have kind of the traditional classic Joker with a bloody crowbar in there. And then you've got something that's kind of close to...
The Joker with the dragon tattoo?
No.
No, we left that behind.
Don't bring up All-Star. What's the name of the artist? Lee Bermejo, who did Batman Noel and Joker. There's kind of like a tinge of his Joker on the cover. So, and this is on
no Leatherface Joker.
This is on the DC Black label.
Yes.
Drew, go.
No, I'm leaving that where it is.
DC Black, is that like Marvel Max
DC
or
Black
whatever
label is like their what is
Vertigo?
it? What is it?
Is it like
No,
Vertigo is
kinda Elseworlds, but for mature audiences.
Except they
mature,
said this
like
is not
like actually
Elseworlds.
mature, or like blood and guts mature.
What you think is mature when you're 13 years old.
Oh, okay, that's what
In
I
other
thought.
words,
Pouches and guns.
in other words,
that's
DC's
what I remember.
wheelhouse.
So not intricate human drama.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Again,
Is this one
basically what DC excels at.
Is this
Yeah.
one getting played by Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Yeah. No. But you never know.
Maybe there's 3 of them. He could land a role.
So yeah, that's going to be a thing. I'll read it. I'll give it. Did they say if it's going to be a one shot or a series?
Miniseries, I think.
Miniseries.
Somebody's got to.
I'll give like the first 2 issues a shot because I do like Jeff Johns.
Sure.
Despite Drew says again, no one's perfect. Not even Grant Morrison.
Should give us a.
Final Crisis
Was fine.
We expect a book report from you about that. I'm excited to hear it. Hear what you think.
So, guys, I'd like to tell you we're trending up with this next story.
All right.
No, let's wallow.
I like the buck.
We're gonna go a little further down because
Gotta go down to go up.
yeah,
Dig up,
kind of.
stupid.
Just gonna let that sit there.
Sting's down here to help us out.
So something that has been part of discussion on this show numerous times when it's popped up in the news is the new DC streaming service. And we first got the pricing announcement for the new DC streaming service, which I believe is $8 a month or $75 a year. Not horrible.
What
What am I getting? That's all.
Seeing the
That was
trailers,
follow-up.
you are getting Michael Keaton standing up behind a bat signal.
I saw that.
That's
You're
all I
getting-
know.
You're getting all the old DC films. You're getting
Batman
all
and
the
Robin.
old DC shows. You're getting exclusive comics and whatnot. I think there's even going to be there's going to be a comic aspect to it as far as like digital
Yeah,
comics
they said there's going to
go.
be a curated collection of comics
Yeah.
available and stuff. Yeah.
So
It's not terrible.
price wise, as far as service goes, that's a decent price. But as I said in the tweet, your price is good, but you got to give me something that makes me want to pay that price. And so far, a whole bunch of movies that I've already had, already have, or have already seen, it's not getting me to pay a price. So we got the first trailer for original content on the DC streaming service, which was the Titans trailer. And oh boy,
Yep.
did we get a trailer.
It's a video. There's people in it.
All right.
Got some dick.
Before we
Grayson.
that's right. Before we get deeply into what's wrong with this thing, because the answer is everything, I should point out the red flags were up already. But here's the thing:
DC.
the original set. Yes, well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Well,
But hang on. We saw the set pictures.
DC.
We saw
What's tone?
Yeah, we saw the set pictures, and immediately it was kind of like we thought. Our first reaction was, "Oh, this is going to look cheap and bad." But that's and it does, by the way. But that's not the worst of That's not what's wrong with it per se. Then we saw the first full picture of Robin in costume, and it's like, oh, that's a decent looking live
it's
action.
not horrible.
But if you were really looking at the details of it, you should have known, because with the first picture we saw of him in costume, It wasn't like, hey, Robin, It was, Robin in costume. But he was like beat up, and he had like a bloody nose, and it was
the blood trickle
there was
from
just
the lip.
there was just a little grime on the suit, and I was just I didn't think much of it at the time.
It looked very bulky too. Not like what you
Yeah,
they modeled it after the '90s redesign of Robin, which is a perfectly good redesign.
Yeah, but that's not the problem.
They
With
gave him pants.
That's fine, but as we know, again,
I like creamy hamstrings on my Robin.
I mean, so that was in hindsight, the bloody lip and the dirt and the grime. We should have saw this coming, but I don't think we were ready for what we got.
All the pictures leading up to it, all like the official pictures, I didn't have a problem with the behind the scenes photos because that's just what they were, behind the scenes photos.
Right.
Like there's no visual effects or anything thrown in there. DC television traditionally has been spot on. All the CW stuff, I've said before, I'll say it again. DC is doing on television what Marvel is doing in theaters. And all that stuff's been great.
Not for long, they're not.
Which is why I was looking forward to this. And then we got F Batman. And we got Cold-Blooded Killer Robin.
I can't believe that was in a trailer for... I guess I could.
In like the first 10 seconds, too.
Yeah.
This is what you're getting.
He steps on a guy's face. I think he
the
snaps
neck
a dude's
cracks.
neck.
Yep.
He's shooting He takes a gun off a guy and just blows 3
Robin
or 4
killed
guys
the guy.
away.
I can't believe
With the trident.
That's the direction they went towards.
That was what I was shocked about. Like,
Yeah.
we're
really doing this.
The biggest
Yeah.
criticism everyone has leveled at your live action stuff for the last 5 years has been it's too dark, it's too grim, it's too dour.
But not
You
even
need
dark
to-
and grim. It's immature dark
Well,
and
yes.
grim. Yes.
Nate, we know this.
Oh, yeah, right. Preaching to the choir here.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
So rather than like course correct, like they kind of looked at it like, oh yeah, so we hear you. That's a problem for you. Okay, everyone, we're doubling down.
Yeah.
What are you doing over there?
Isn't one of their most successful things right now like Teen Titans Go, which is
Yes.
just like adorable?
Yeah, well, that and the other
polar opposites.
and the other big thing too was the previous TV series of Teen Titans, which still has a very large fan base.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want that. I don't
Yeah.
think
We don't
they
want
do.
children's money.
Yeah.
It was just...
But you're brooding dollars.
I mean, like, I was looking for something to take away from it, and I was just like, well,
Sadness.
Beast Boy was green.
Your disparate take.
Your comedic timing is a blessing on the show.
I mean, Beast Boy was green, and
That's
So
correct.
they got a color right. Thank
then-
you.
to be fair, color is a big step forward for them.
This is true. I just pulled up the picture of Robin again. It's bleak.
Yeah, it's...
I knew in the first.
Post-apocalyptic Robin is
You know
where
what's
we're
funny
going.
about it? Oh my god! Again, the red flags were there, but even putting all this aside, before you know anything, it's in the very first 5 seconds of the trailer, it shows Robin out of costume holding the R symbol, like he's got.
Oh, that was the chills.
I mentally thought he's going to throw it like a ninja star, isn't he? And then he does. And I'm like, and
it doesn't
That's what they're doing.
and it stops on the perfect part of the R, so you can make out the R. It doesn't hit like the top
But the
or the
fact-
other side where it's upside down. No, R.
The fact that it is a bladed weapon and he's proficient with it, it's a subtle thing,
Yeah.
but it told me everything I needed to know in the first 3 seconds.
It
And
told
then
you.
got
It told
worse.
you the rating. It told you the rating. R.
I think that's something I would have thought was cool when I was like 10. Like it would have been like, and what if Robin could take off his arm and throw it like a ninja star? That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
If I was
Robin
10.
is
And
shot
what if he said the F word?
What if he said the F word? That'd be really bad.
What if you said the F word?
I mean, I wouldn't
Batman?
say it because I'm a good boy, but
No, now, watch the trailer a couple times. That's Dick Grayson.
It is.
It is,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
No.
sure if it was
If
it was Jason
If it
Todd.
was Jason Todd, I would be like, okay, that's...
He
different.
hates Batman stealing hubcaps. That's what he does.
But
Right.
apparently Jason Todd's going to be one of the villains in the season.
What?
So if Dick Grayson is like
How
that...
does that match the
I
content?
Jay. Jay, we are men of action. Continuity has no place here.
Hit me with a crowbar.
We'll take a vote on the how
No,
what
and
happens
didn't
to you,
they?
Jay.
Wait. Didn't they also have a Joker in it?
No.
No.
Who was green? There was a white
Beast
this
Boy.
guy with white. That was Beast Boy?
He had a green face and green hair.
All I saw was green hair and what looked like white makeup. I thought that was... Oh, okay, this isn't as horrible. No, it's still terrible.
Bad. Yeah,
it's still bad.
I thought there was another Joker.
And I have not seen any positive reception of this trailer from anywhere.
Condemnation was swift.
Yeah.
Twitter just unloaded on this trailer.
Well, Twitter's miserable anyway.
It's true.
Yeah, but
I'm on it frequently.
I'm so sorry.
Here's Robin. Can you murderify him by 80%?
And then rustify him by the remaining 20.
If the Batman.
So yeah, there's nothing in this trailer that is...
Could have stopped right there.
There's just, I'm trying to think, is there something that... Yeah, there's nothing.
I got nothing.
There's nothing in this trailer that makes me want to watch.
I can't make this up. One of my kids' stickers was in my hair, and it's an R. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
Providence.
R. What's that stand for?
It means you have to watch the show now.
Murder.
Welcome to having kids, Drew. You find a sticker in your hair.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Your symbol stands for hope. Mine stands for murder. Okay, so...
Who else is named Martha?
So...
Thanks, DC. Thanks a lot.
So the streaming service definitely stumbles out of the gate. But later in the con, they take a step forward in the right direction. And granted, this won't be for everyone, but it definitely is for me, and I know it definitely is for Alan. We got the preview to the new Young Justice season. And Young Justice, the original series, is up there, as far as quality goes, is up there with Batman the Animated Series. It is a fantastic embracing of everything that's great about the DC Universe. And it was canceled way too early because of lack of toy sales, because companies are stupid. And people wanted a return for a long time, and the trailer for the new season that's going to be on DC streaming service app premiered, and it looks great. I'm very happy about this. Does anybody in here have anything to chime in on Young Justice?
They'll find a way to screw it up.
I don't, but you're intriguing me with this description of its quality.
It's really good. I think it might still be on Netflix.
Okay.
I'll double check and let you know. Yeah. All right, so time to trend up a little more.
All right, trending up.
We're not shooting up a lot. Okay. We're going to shoot up a little bit, then we're going to go down really far.
Man. All right.
But then I think the rest of it is ups.
Up, okay.
All right, so we got extremely show relevant. We got our first look at Iron Fist Season 2.
I didn't see any... Oh, yeah, we got the trailer. That's right.
Yeah, we got like a teaser.
Yeah, I got a teaser.
And
Danny Rand.
He is Danny Rand.
He's better now.
And he's doing stuff. Still no costume that we've seen.
It was referenced in reports I read, though, that people who did see footage.
Okay.
He does wear a mask at some point.
They released a photo today on Superhero Hype that has him in a mask. If I was to pull my shirt up like so...
Okay, no. The report I said that it's in Kunlun, so we're off to a good start. You're actually going to reference his origin. Steel Serpent was involved.
Okay.
Trending upwards again. And yes, they wear masks like they do in the comic.
Okay. Now, I have not gotten to the Danny Rand part of Luke Cage Season 2.
Okay.
I feel...
Spoilers.
Obviously, we have... we discussed on this show, Iron Fist Season 1, just not good. Not good.
3 episodes, I tapped out.
I can't remember. Did you guys go through all of them?
No. We let the fans vote.
Oh, they said no.
God bless those fans. But this was before everyone had... I think this was before it came out. I think the choice was Iron Fist or Daredevil Season 2.
And yes, it was. And everyone said Daredevil Season 2.
Everyone thankfully said Daredevil Season 2 because, I'm not sure if the show would have survived if we had to do Iron Fist.
Neither would I, by the way. I'd be dead right now. However, the Danny Rand Redemption Project was underway in the Defenders.
Which did a lot.
Did a lot.
Yep.
And without spoiling anything for you, Carl, Danny shows up in Luke Cage Season 2, and it's fun. It's good. It's good.
Right.
You'll like him.
Okay.
And you'll like them together, especially.
Did they get hired to do anything?
It's discussed.
Oh.
That's all I'll say.
Were they heroes for hire?
Put it this way: if they just scrapped
Can
the
I
next season
employ
of
them?
both of those shows and just said, you know what, we're just going to combine, we're just merging the shows, I'd be like,
I'd be
yeah, okay.
all in. I'd be all in for a Heroes for Hire Netflix show.
Well, just wait till you get to the episode. You'll want more.
Yeah.
Jay, did you see the Iron Fist teaser?
No, I did not.
Jay, did you prep in any way for this episode?
Nope.
I did. I did. I watched things.
Good.
No,
for
I
you
saw
guys.
I saw DC's.
We're going to
trailers.
get there. We're going to get there.
I'm so far behind though. I haven't even finished Defenders yet. I listen to 70% of your guys' show sometimes because I don't want to get spoiled. I'm gonna catch up.
Okay, that's fine.
I haven't seen Ant-Man and Wasp either.
Oh, it's good.
I haven't,
really
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok. I haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh man,
I haven't seen.
But you're not as big a fan.
Iron Man.
No, I'm not as big as a superhero fan.
you also
as
like to
guys
think
are.
that it's 1987.
It's not.
He
Maybe
doesn't.
Jessica's still in the well.
Listen, he doesn't think it's 1987. Wow. I was about to say he went deep cut there, but
Hey,
we're laughing
Sending my
about
love
it.
down the well.
Actually, I'm not sure Bart owns any here. I was quiet. He's a good digger. It's not that Nate thinks it's 1987. He knows it's 2018. He just pretends it's 1987.
That's fair.
you 2018 in modern times.
Reaganomics.
Okay, so as I
It could
said,
surprise you.
we went up a little bit. Now we're gonna go way deep down.
Okay.
So it was announced during Comic-Con weekend that James Gunn
Oh, we gotta go here.
Oh, boo, boo!
was fired
Lord.
as
Yeah.
director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, having directed Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 as the story goes.
And wrote them.
And wrote them. As the story goes, tweets that he made that were deemed inappropriate jokes about rape and pedophilia, which, let's be honest, there are really no appropriate jokes about those, were discovered and shown to whoever and aired.
Mike Servovich,
Okay.
noted slime ball Mike Servovich.
Yeah,
Raped,
this,
I
yeah.
raped a girl and got away with it, guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no such thing as rape when
That
one
guy.
is willing. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get through the
Sorry, go ahead.
the points.
Actually,
of the
Nate, it's
story.
about ethics in gaming journalism.
Oh,
That guy.
sorry. That's how I feel.
And you can quote Nate on that, folks.
Yeah.
There's 12 F's in.
And strangely enough, a Q. It's silent.
That's going to
But
the show
you have to
description
figure
this
out
week.
where it is.
Yeah, that's right. That's the Nate Lockhart special.
So these old tweets that have been discovered and he previously apologized for were re-brought to light, and Disney made the decision to remove James Gunn as director of Guardians 3. Go.
Bad idea.
What do you want?
Don't
from
give
me
Mike
here?
Servovich any don't legitimize him.
I-
You know what they're going after now? They're going after like Patton Oswalt, Michael Ian Black
Yep.
now
Yep.
because you gave them
Sure.
because you gave them a win.
You served exactly. And look, is it fair?
No, it's not. I don't think so.
I wouldn't have fired him.
He apologized in 2012, and he's been living clean ever since.
He's given many interviews since then saying that he used to be
He-
a certain way and that
And he
working
regrets
for
it.
He
Yeah.
said he regrets it, and that in working for Disney and re-examining himself and writing the Guardians movies and getting in touch with a lot of emotional beats, he's admitted that he is not the same person that he was back then. He was an edgy jerk, and he said as much.
He worked for Troma.
Right.
Yeah.
When they hired him.
Yeah.
This guy made Troma films. Are they tasteful in any way?
No.
No. You
Yeah.
knew what you had here.
Yeah, right.
Disney being Disney, I'd be very surprised if they didn't know of the existence of these prior to hiring him.
Seriously.
They couldn't
Now,
have
are
not
they
known.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and defend his tweets or
Sure.
whatnot.
Yeah,
right?
of
no,
course
we're not.
not.
We're
No,
not
we're not
saying
defending
that.
those.
Clearly, these are things that should not be joked about.
I'm defending that that he's worthy of forgiveness because, again, it was 6 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Was when he publicly apologized. Those tweets are from even longer ago than that.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah,
Yes,
about 10 years
2008.
ago.
Yeah.
2008, yeah.
You don't want to go back into my past humor. It was dark.
Right.
I would have been.
Yes.
I'll be fired off this podcast if you went back.
Right. Please don't listen to college conversations I've had. Like,
I just listen to Opie and Anthony
I was a
religiously.
jerk.
Jim Norton is cringe humor 101.
Yeah.
Boy, did I giggle like a little schoolgirl at a lot of his
or even
stuff.
like Norm Macdonald. Like, that's his bread and butter is cringe jokes like that. Like,
Yeah, is anybody in this room the same person they were 10 years ago?
No.
The gray
At least
hairs
I
prove
would
it.
hope you're not.
Or lack of
Right.
theirs.
As human beings, we should learn and grow. And that's
Yes.
what we do.
And to people like, well, they fired Roseanne for she was a nut job before,
Yeah.
and then they brought her back anyway, and she was still a nut job.
Yes.
So
She proved it.
and she
Yeah.
proved it. So no,
Over
it's not
and
the same
over
thing.
again.
Roseanne was not fired for racist.
Even more recently.
Yeah, Roseanne was not fired for racist comments made 10 years ago. She was fired for racist comments made 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Right.
So-
Did you see her apology?
Please.
I wouldn't
Don't
even
get me
do
It
that
was
time
not.
of day.
No. It was
James
not-
Gunn should have just said he was on Ambien.
Listen, there is forgiveness,
Can't
but
believe
there
he was watching Spielberg movies.
Forgiveness does not eliminate consequences.
No, again, Disney.
Yeah,
I
I
disagree with
guess.
it, but I understand it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
that's kinda where
disagree with
yeah.
it.
Disney,
I
founded by
disagree.
Walt Disney,
Yeah.
Yeah.
lead Nazi,
Yeah. Well, he wasn't.
allegedly.
Yeah. I mean,
Ask his frozen head.
Well, put it this way: no one really went to bat for Roseanne when she got canned.
yeah.
People
Everyone
be going to bat for James
James
Gunn,
Yeah.
Gunn, yeah.
including basically the entire cast of the film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, do you follow Batista?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I follow
Oh,
Batista.
Dave is
Yeah.
not happy
Yeah.
because he
I've said
gave
this
Dave
before.
a lot of a career.
Yeah.
I've said this before. I'll say it again, Dave. I'm sorry for booing you at the Royal
We
Rumble.
did. We did.
Dave
I'm really
Bautista.
sorry. I love you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have to
We
understand.
were jerks that day. We've changed.
Yeah. See?
If I could change and you could change, we all change.
Everybody can change.
It's like we learned nothing from that film.
I know, right?
Oh, because we're doing it again.
Yeah, right. Cold War's what's old is new. Cold War. Anyway, all right. Before I really lose
Yeah.
it.
So okay, so that was way down. Now we're
Yeah.
gonna go up.
All right. Let's go
Thank
up.
you.
Let's go up.
Floyd Mayweather's
We
going to fight
got-
for.
Another slime ball.
We got
Oh, yeah.
our first
You
look.
can't spell slime ball.
Or read the paper you printed it on.
That's fair, and I'll never say that to his face.
He's 4'3". I'm not scared of him. I'll get money. Punch me in the face. It's all Tyson at it.
If I get one of his opponent's paydays, I'll get in there and take a couple.
It's not a Tyson punch. You'll be okay.
Broke the Big Show's nose.
Okay, so we got trending up now.
All right.
We got a
Going up.
first look at a new movie
Uh-huh.
in in a all-encompassing expanded universe.
All right.
And it's a brand new all-encompassing expanded universe
Oh, you don't
because,
say.
gentlemen, we got our first look at the Glass trailer. Yes. The Glass trailer. Did you ever see the movie Unbreakable?
Oh, yeah, that movie.
Yeah. Then there was a film that came out last year called Split that M. Night Shyamalan did.
And no one knew it.
Professor
but it
X.
was a-
Professor X started going insane. That's all I remember from the trailers.
James McAvoy plays someone with severe multiple personality disorder, and he kidnaps some people.
Huh.
And
I've heard Shyamalan's has been trending upward.
Because of Split.
Oh,
the
really?
end,
Okay.
At the end of the film, there's a post-credit scene in which Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable is revealed.
No one knew this was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then there it was,
Oh.
and everyone lost their mind.
Sneaky, Mr. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
What a
So-
twist!
Yeah. Wow. Good one, too. Good for you. You're back on your feet, man.
This is partially my fault.
Yeah.
I probably should have told you
Better if it was
guys
Butch Coolidge.
everything we were gonna
Yeah.
talk about. But Drew, I know you saw a trailer.
I did.
Jay, did you see the trailer?
I did. I haven't really seen Sixth Sense or Unbreakable, and Split, but
Yeah.
I know the story.
It's
So-
got nothing to do with Sixth Sense.
no.
Just
No?
Unbreakable.
Just
And-
Unbreakable. Yeah.
Unbreakable.
So Bruce Willis in Unbreakable is
Yes.
not
No.
Sixth Sense Bruce.
No.
Willis. Oh, okay.
One's dead, one's alive. Spoilers.
Well, I knew the dead thing. I didn't. Well, maybe he was dead in his
dare
mind.
you.
I don't know. It was all a dream.
And don't be alarmed. Haley Joel Osment can see him.
And he
And his
shot
best friend's a walrus.
And he shot JR.
Oh, good lord!
By God!
I thought Jay White did that.
Can someone please shoot JR?
Oh,
Session Paris.
Jim Ross?
Drew and I got a...
We're done with Jim Ross.
really?
Okay.
Yeah, we're done with Jim
Oh,
Ross.
after the show, dish.
Happily.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Drew,
this will go on a big tangent if Drew and I were about to talk about wrestling.
So yeah, I saw the trailer.
what did you think of the glass?
Looks
door?
great. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So wait, they're all locked up in a psychological institution?
At least seems for part of it.
Weird, but okay. Bruce looks like he's actually trying in this movie.
Yeah, Bruce looks like
been
he
a while.
cares again.
It's been a while, so I'm looking forward to that. Sam Jackson is clearly relishing this role,
Yes.
and McAvoy's jacked, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
Professor X could probably beat me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not weird.
No.
It's a lot of upper arm strength to move the wheels on the chair.
I think...
It looks pretty cool.
I think Jackson's really relishing this role because it's a role where he doesn't have to be Samuel L. Jackson. Just
No.
happen to be in this movie.
No, Mr. Glass is completely not him, turned up to 11.
Yeah, he's not, MFing snakes on MFing plane.
Right.
Yeah.
I just watched Django Unchained the other day, and I'm like, wow, this is peak Sam.
I mean,
Yeah, Big
he is
Jackson.
great in that movie.
Oh, that movie's... I haven't
That's
seen it in a
another
while.
one.
Man, that is a good movie.
That is another one I still haven't seen.
Is it
I've wanted to for a long
Pete
time.
Jackson.
He's pretty great in it.
He's great in it.
He almost steals the movie.
He's great. Is it
Oh, Mr. Candy.
Jackson?
What is... I mean,
Pulp Fiction. You gonna say it's Pete Jackson?
he did play Shaft.
Oh yeah.
That's tough.
Snakes on a plane might be
mother
Pete
shut your
Jackson.
mouth.
For better and worse.
I'm not sure if Unbreakable's not in that discussion.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a discussion
In any
for
case.
another time.
Yeah, that's going to be
Invincibles.
cool, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, what do you think of it, Jay? What were your takes on the trailer?
I mean, like I said, I haven't seen the movies, but I would actually go back and watch because I like joint...
Unbreakable's a very good movie.
Yeah,
Is that the one where I always see the meme of Samuel L. Jackson in a wheelchair holding a comic book?
Yep.
Is that from that?
That is it.
You got me. Samuel L. Jackson holding the comic book, I'll watch it.
And the funny thing about it is when they marketed that movie, it was not in any way advertised as like a comic book movie of any kind because such a thing didn't really even exist.
yeah. That was
At that point.
we're in the post X-Men, Spider-Man, pre-Iron Man time.
It was, and they didn't talk about it being influenced by comics at all. It was like, oh, Bruce
Yeah.
Willis, this weird supernatural movie where Bruce Willis survives a train wreck. That's it. That's all we knew. Turns out it's like this soft, dramatic, deep character study on a superhero origin story, and
I'm watching it.
it's good.
Okay.
It's really good. It was his first one after Sixth Sense
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yes, it was.
because Signs came after.
Signs
that
came
one.
after. That's right.
And
then we fell off a cliff
Lady
for a
in the
while.
water, anybody? Yeah.
I am aware of it.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg
The
had a
Village.
moment there with the happening. What?
I don't know. We should
What?
do that, guys.
No.
What?
I'm going to hang out Transformers.
What? Trees? No.
I'm gonna beat up a guy and yell racial epithets at him.
What? No.
So
It's the Boston way.
Yeah.
Make some hamburgers, guys.
Stop.
we need some Wahlburgers.
Okay, next. Let's move on.
Boy,
It's the Wahlberg
man.
hour.
we're gonna. I'm so sorry. Let's go.
No, that's fine. No, this
Our
is a fun
subscriptions are
episode.
dropping at the minute.
So this
I'll
next,
just download a bunch more times.
this next story is extremely Drew and Carl relevant.
Uh-oh.
It was announced that we knew Grant Morrison was coming back to DC. We did not know
Yes.
what he was going to be doing.
Yes.
And Drew, what did I say? I would love to see Grant Morrison on in DC. There were two. The first one was the question, because the question is my answer for everything when it comes to what do I want to see from DC. The second was Green Lantern.
Yes.
And Drew, I got my wish.
You did.
Because Grant Morrison is coming back to DC, and he's going to write Green Lantern.
I'm shocked he's doing an ongoing.
I'm so excited.
You should be. I will read Green Lantern for the first time since 2005.
Which lantern is it?
Hal.
Which is weird, because Morrison's more known for being the guy who did really well by Kyle Rayner. So let's see what he's got to say for Hal.
Because Kyle was the Lantern in his Justice League.
Correct, yeah.
But like Hal's always been kind of the torchbearer. I think you've got Hal 1 and John Stewart 1A, which is funny because in the comics right now, John Stewart is actually the leader of the Green Lantern Corps, and they've really flushed out the relationship of the 4 Earthbound Green Lanterns: Hal, John, Kyle, and Guy. And it's
They're letting a guy have a ring?
Yeah,
that's risky.
He's still a Lantern. It's been really enjoyable, especially the issues where they joke about being the 4 horsemen and arguing.
Which one's Arn?
They were arguing over which one is Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Woo!
Who's the Tully?
Hal's response was, "I have the best hair. Clearly, I'm Ric Flair." And John was like, "I'm the leader. Clearly, I'm Ric Flair." So.
Well, John Stewart's not outgoing enough to be.
Yeah, he's not airplane flying.
No, not a jet flying.
High profile riding.
No. John Stewart's shoes do not cost more than my house.
Yeah. So
more money on liquor.
Morrison spoke about his approach to it, and he's treating it as a cop story, which essentially what Green Lanterns are. They're space cops. And he said he's going to kind of focus on the not like earth-shattering, world-changing events, but on the mundane, day-to-day responsibilities.
I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah,
you didn't fill out your paperwork, Hal.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Written by Grant Morrison.
Huh, cool.
So what do you think of this approach? Because it seems to be very different from Morrison's traditional.
His traditional is grand and crazy and weird and let's get nuts. But this is going to be a more human take. So, yeah, let's see what it's about. I'm all in. It's Grant Morrison, dude. I'm in, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's not going to be completely bananas might be good. I think people know him for being that way, and that's both a blessing and a curse, because I'm sure some people are turned off by that after a while. So if he's going to try something new with this character, for him, then let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, especially with his last Batman run, there were times when he was just telling straightforward Batman stories, and then there are times where he was going like straight Grant Morrison with it, like when he would get the Batman of Zener Law and
or
whatever, the Batman RIP stuff and all that stuff, and so he definitely knows how to handle both aspects of that. So I'm really interested to see what he's going to bring to the character.
I think it will be very cool. But I must say that I am sad because Marvel was teasing that big X-Men announcement, and I was like,
"Yeah, we're gonna get to that."
Come on, Grant Morrison.
We're gonna get to that,
but it wasn't Grant Morrison.
Jay, you gonna buy the Grant Morrison Green Lantern?
I've been trying to get back into DC stuff lately, so any jumping on point I can take, I'll take.
Alrighty.
I mean, I've been reading. I read Plastic Man, for God's sakes.
That's my second favorite superhero.
It's not that bad.
Really? There's a new Plastic Man comic, and I.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
There's been a few over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
They're up to issue 2.
I've only.
That's okay. We're going to be talking about your favorite superhero coming up shortly.
I know.
But on to something that I think you like more than your favorite superhero.
Oh.
Folks.
Crystal Max.
Yeah.
At the pornography store buying pornography.
Yeah, that's a ticket.
Folks, the ground's going to tremble. The Titans have awakened.
Did we already cover Titans? I don't want to go back down the hole.
No, the good ones.
Remember the?
Yeah.
We got a new trailer, and boy, what a trailer for the upcoming Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah. Give me all of this.
I want it now.
Give me all of this.
I think I was telling you about this. Is it like, I don't know, these days it's hard for me to get excited about any new movie ever. I don't know why that is. But,
I'm with you.
But
I sit through trailers
and I'm just
miserable.
Like, just not even just miserable, just nonplussed. Just be like, sure, whatever. I guess I'll see it eventually. But seeing this Godzilla trailer, and one that we'll talk about a little bit, made me feel like I was 10 years old again. It was just like, you see Ghidorah? And look, there's Rodan, and he's tearing off the roofs of the buildings. Oh my God! Okay, and
He's Mothra, and he's glowing.
He's Mothra, and he's glowing. And you can hear the song of the twins. And I have not felt this way about a new movie in probably over a decade, and it feels very good. And I'm a very happy boy.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah.
I'm a little curious to see how 11 is going to fight these monsters, but
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes.
I always hesitate because I'm like, is it really Bobby Brown?
It is.
Is in this, and along with everyone else, apparently, there's a huge cast on this thing.
You know who's not in it? Bryan Cranston.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He died in the last one.
We were really digging that movie, then he dies.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Ride this out.
She was in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's the thing about Godzilla movies is the
healthy of the Olsen family.
The human element always falls off
She
the
never
wayside.
killed a Joker.
In fact, I'm in the Geekiverse chat. They talked about did you see the stuff with Monarch in the background? I'm like, Monarch? Who cares?
Right.
It's the monsters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very psyched. For half a second, I thought I saw Gamera, but it wasn't.
Oh, dude, wow. Don't. Oh, man. That would have blown my mind. I had to lay down if I'd saw Gamera in that trailer.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Man.
Please bring this on.
Oh, boy. It makes me just want to watch a bunch of Godzilla movies just now, to Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and really get into it. I want to record a podcast on it now.
We are right now, actually.
You want? Okay, so Godzilla began in 1950.
Maybe not that podcast.
Okay, all right.
You've got your own podcast.
I know. But yeah, so that's.
Yeah, it looks really exciting. I really enjoyed the first Godzilla movie. You and I, Nate, went to see Kong Skull Island.
That was fun.
Loved it.
That was really fun.
Especially the post-credit stinger. We were just like,
yeah.
They showed all the things in the post-credit stinger, and you're just like, oh, yes.
Well, I even saw, in the credits, I remember watching Kong Skull Island, and you could see, the copyright credits. It was King Ghidorah Rodan. What does that mean? And then, they showed the post credits, and
yeah.
But it's exciting, very exciting.
Really excited about.
Can't wait to see that big monster bash.
It's been a long time since. We've had Pacific Rim, which is fun.
It's fun, but it's not this.
Yeah,
no, the monsters aren't as memorable in Pacific Rim, I don't think.
Yeah, because they're
just cannon fodder.
Yeah, Pacific Rim's more about the mechs that they're using.
Right.
And it's more Pacific Rim scratches the itch.
Yeah.
To where this gives you what gave the itch its origin.
Yeah, right.
So.
Right.
And then next after us we have King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh my gosh.
See, that one I just don't care.
No, I'm all in. King Kong versus Godzilla was the first Godzilla movie I really watched. Was that one? I have a VHS tape that we taped it off of the Disney Channel in 1992.
Well,
and,
I hope it goes up. But
it won't take much.
I'm just trying to figure out, especially given the scale of the new Godzilla, in what world does King Kong pose any threat to him whatsoever?
It doesn't matter. They'll find a way. It doesn't matter.
It's
King Kong, it's Godzilla. Who cares? Just bring it on.
Give him a board with a nail in it.
Yeah, that's right. An even bigger board with an even bigger nail. No, I'm excited for King Kong. The original one is very goofy. In fact, in Japan, it was sort of edited around this in the American version, but in the original King Kong versus Godzilla, it just was a comedy. It was written as such and intended as a comedy.
Yeah.
So the bar's kind of low for King Kong vs. Godzilla. But I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's not good, but I love it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So now on to the.
Stop me.
Jay, anything on Godzilla King of Monsters?
Looks fun. I saw that. I liked that.
Attaboy.
Dynamite drop in, Jay.
Fly ball.
Caught.
All right, so moving on to the next thing, which Nate will be very excited about.
Are we still going over the 31st anniversary of Jaws Revenge?
No.
Can we?
Can we go with the 31st anniversary of Michael Caine's new house?
Do not mock that movie.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
I love you, Ellen Brody.
The breath on that thing. Carl knows.
I'm telling you, man.
Neptune's Folly.
The title they missed on, Jaws Making Me Crazy. It's just what they needed to call Jaws 4.
Yeah.
It's actually the 34th anniversary of Jaws 3D, too.
All right.
Another Lou Gossett Jr., your favorite.
Lou Gossett Jr. Yeah.
Was that the one they intended to turn into a comedy?
It was supposed to
originally?
be National Lampoon's Jaws 3 People Zero.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Written by, I want to say Landis.
Really?
Yeah, Landis or maybe Harold Ramis. It was one of them.
Huh.
But it got scrapped, and we got
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid fighting
Dennis
a shark.
Quaid, yeah.
We got the best of the Jaws sequels.
Unimpressive 3D effects. Yeah.
I'd rather have Randy Quaid fighting a shark.
Well, who wouldn't, really?
As long as the shark doesn't have Rupert Murdoch's mask on.
Oh, Lord almighty. Whew.
Okay.
I'm a shark. I can swim.
All right.
Moving on.
Goodness
Moving on.
gracious.
So, we got 2 trailers to talk about here,
Please.
both from DC.
All right.
And
Hang on,
apparently,
let me set my expectations a little lower.
DC saved all the color for these 2 movies. First one we're going to talk about is Aquaman.
Aquaman.
No, I'm joking. First one we're going to talk about is Shazam.
Yeah. Woo.
Shazam.
The OG Captain Marvel.
The original Captain Marvel. We've seen some screenshots, we've seen some set photos, and lo and behold, we say it all the time. Never thought in my lifetime I would see fill in the blank, but we're seeing that now. One of those things.
Color in a DC movie.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
But one of those
Red.
things.
What a time to be alive.
Yellow? What is this white? What?
Pie.
What? It's like that Mr. Burns quote, recycling.
Nature wants a favor.
Even in this time of I never thought I'd see and fill in the blank,
Yeah.
I thought a Shazam film was unlikely because DC / Warner Brothers prefers to emphasize Superman over Shazam.
Sure.
Because going back to the origin of the character, he was essentially made as a Superman knockoff.
He was conceived that way, yeah.
Yeah. And then later on down the road,
A
purchased
competitor.
Yeah. By the
Fawcett Comics originally.
Fawcett.
It was.
Yes. Then Fawcett
Captain
was
Marvel, yeah.
purchased by DC and then shoved way in the back burner. Like
Yeah.
he was there, but
I do like some of those 70s comics, though. They're fun.
yeah.
They're very whimsical. Well, just like the 40s comics were.
Yeah.
You know? Very storybook-like.
Yeah, and we're getting we got our first trailer for Shazam.
I can't believe it happened.
It sets a tone. I think there's going to be, because a lot of people were like, "Where's this? Where's that? Where's this?" I think they're coming out with this first trailer right off the bat to say this is not what you're used to from us. This trailer, I think, is establishing the tone because you only see the villain for a brief moment. And the rest of it is just focusing on like all borderline slapstick fun superhero film.
You do see the villain?
There's
Yeah.
like a brief
At the end.
Yeah, there's a brief shot of
Who-
Savannah.
Is it Savannah? Okay.
Yeah, Savannah.
Yeah. I'm glad they're doing that and not Black Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rock's busy right now.
Yeah. Well, Black Adam is just
He's
like...
got to jump off a building right now with an
he got-
artificial leg.
Yeah. I mean, he got like a big push later on, like in the original comics or whatever. He showed up once and that was it.
Yeah.
But Savannah's the real big bad of Captain Marvel. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So what did we all think of the trailer? We'll start with the biggest Shazam fan.
I liked it.
Jay?
Swerve, bro.
Oh. Yeah. No.
It feels like maybe this is DC's Guardians in a way.
Okay.
It's going away from the normal what we're used to, but
And it's also that like tier of character that you didn't think.
Yeah, it's like to most people, Shazam is like, what is this?
Yeah.
But to normal comic, it's like, hey, Shazam.
Yeah.
But it feels like you're getting such a stark contrast to what Superman is in that universe right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it almost feels like it's too. I know his background is it's a kid with superpowers.
Yeah.
But I don't. It looks fun. I'm going to see it. I like the costume.
I like the costume.
He looks
too.
a little off. Like,
yeah, he looks very puffy.
The beefiness in his arms looks a little like awkward. Like,
I think that
didn't
might
skip shoulders today.
I think that
ever.
might be on purpose, honestly, to make him look a little awkward in the way he walks, because he's learning his new abilities, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
I
that
could
they
buy
have a
that.
padded suit. I mean, let's not overthink this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like that's a good way, too. I like cheesy effects.
I didn't dig the only thing I didn't like. I didn't dig the glowing
Yeah.
Lightning bolt.
lightning bolt. I thought we learned our lesson with glowing
Logos.
and
Green Lantern.
green. Thank you.
Emblems.
I thought we've gotten past that.
Well, I mean,
It just
that's-
looks kind of off.
It's from the comics. It's
The new comics.
Well, the new comics, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the hood, but that's fine.
I like
Yeah.
my old school Captain Marvel outfit.
With sort of like the draped over a little bit,
Yes.
and like the jacket.
Yes.
the
Yeah, me too.
Wrath of Khan
Yeah.
jacket.
That's
yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
That's my
Yeah,
big red cheese.
That's right. That's the style I like as well.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I've told Carl this, but I mean, he's my favorite.
Yeah.
I adore Captain Marvel. I grew up reading those comics, the 40s comics, the Fawcett ones, when I was a kid, because for some reason, the LaGrange Public Library in Georgia had those comics. So that's what I read, and I read a ton of them. And I love those comics. I really do. And I guess that's something telling about me when it comes to what I like as superheroes, that my two favorites are Captain Marvel, well, Shazam, Captain Marvel and Plastic Man. Those are my two favorites. But yeah, I mean, I loved the trailer. I really did. I mean, I guess if it were up to me, I would do sort of a more direct pull from like the Fawcett stories, where he's less of a big kid in an adult body, because that's not really much of a thing in the old comics. But hey, you know what? It looks like fun. I'm in for it, man.
The only thing I bumped on, and it's a very slight bump, was that Billy Batson seems a little too old. I'd like him like.
It's not as bad as
like
a 70s
couple
TV
years
show.
ago.
You ever seen that?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I think it looked great. I think it looked a lot of fun. Shazam is one of my favorite DC characters, and he's just criminally underused.
Yeah.
And, it's the direction that I hoped they were going to take with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really looking forward to what they show us in future trailers, because I think like each trailer is going to show a specific aspect of the film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mark Strong as Savannah is solid. Desmond Hunsu, I believe his name is the Wizard, is interesting.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, I think it was a very pleasant surprise.
See a review for me when the movie premieres.
Drew,
Watch out for that.
what did you hate about it?
Oh, well. No, it looks fun. Looks very whimsical. Looks like Big with superheroes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what that character
Which
should
is
be.
which is cool. I mean,
Yeah.
if at some point he can
He
sleep
plays the
with
piano
Elizabeth Perkins,
keyboard.
we're all
I'm
good.
all in.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Oh, sorry.
I just said if at some point in the movie he can sleep with Elizabeth Perkins, then we got a movie here. So, you know.
If Robert Lowe shows up.
Yeah. Billy.
You gotta drink your orange juice, Billy.
Yeah.
Loja.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Let us pray.
Let
I
us pray.
love I'm a superhero. As like he stops the bad guys. He's coming out with the convenience store with like all the sleepover staples, like Doritos and Mountain Dew. And
Sorry about your windows, but those guys would have totally robbed you.
yeah,
It looks fun, looks cool. My only gripe, and it's not with this movie, and it's not with Aquaman. It's the fact that it's both of them. Whatever. So DC's MO for these new films is that their characters must be weird, bullied kids before they become heroes. They both did it, and I was like, oh, okay, so we got a thing here.
This guy likes fish. So it's different.
Yeah.
Right. Really. That's all. It was a weird thing I noticed. I'm like, I wonder if they even realized that. Is there someone in the production office that's like, they have to be weird orphaned kids?
Do they realize that mad scientists?
Batman was an orphan. We need more orphans.
Did they not realize that mad scientists also have similar origins? I mean,
parents are overrated.
Yeah.
Anyway,
wait a second. Hold on.
No, it looks
fun. Wait. Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Shazam,
right.
Green Arrow,
Annie.
DC's got a lot of freaking orphans.
Oh boy, it's regular Disney over there at DC.
Robin,
and Robin, and Robin.
Have you mentioned Robin?
Knows where his parents are. That one does.
The fourth Robin wasn't an orphan. Tim Drake was not an orphan.
Well, not at first.
Yeah, well,
they got there.
Everybody becomes an orphan.
I guess so. Time does take care of that, doesn't it?
Okay, so that was the first of 2 trailers DC dropped for Comic-Con. The second one was for the aforementioned Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Now,
previously seen in poster form with alarmingly bad stock photography of sharks.
the poster was fine.
Yes.
Was that the only one that saw that?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I saw that poster and I went, that shark, I've seen that shark in every National Geographic story for the last 15 years.
That guy's been I noticed that too.
Thank you. Was it just me?
That shark needs residuals, okay?
Yeah.
That thing is
Seriously.
keeping his rent.
Yeah.
That shark better have a mansion somewhere.
That's his stock and trade. He's the number 1 shark model in town.
He's the Zoolander of the sea.
When you need a shark, you call that guy. Bruce.
Bruce the Shark.
Bruce the Shark. Anyway.
So, the poster was fine.
Yeah.
No, clearly it wasn't.
It's fine.
No, the internet had a field day with that poster, and so did I.
What doesn't the internet have a field day with? So, we got
Joy.
That's fair statement. So, we got the Aquaman trailer. And coming out of Justice League, the one thing that Drew and I were surprised at is how much we didn't hate Aquaman. That he wasn't we predicted he was probably going to be the worst part of the movie, and he wasn't.
No, it was the Flash, actually.
Ran away with that title.
I see what you did there.
Nice.
Flash ran.
So I was interested to see what they were going to do with Aquaman, and we got some photos that came out prior to the trailer that showed Black Manta, and he looked off the page.
Yeah.
It showed Mera, and in color she looks off the page. It showed a little bit here and there of Atlantis, and the stuff looked really promising. And then we got the trailer, and the trailer looks, I mean, I'm not lining up day one, but I will go see this in theaters. The trailer looks fun. It looks promising.
Yeah.
It's, we're going to get him in the traditional Aquaman garb.
That I'm kind of surprised by.
Yeah,
which is cool.
We're getting him in the orangish gold chainmail and the green gloves and the green pants and the trident, and that's great.
At some point, he'll lose a hand.
Yeah, the trailers got Black Manta in it, and he's doing Black Manta things, eye lasers and whatnot. And Mera looks like Mera, and Atlantis looks beautiful, just abounding in color.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what can we hope to expect from this? We'll start counterclockwise from where we went the way before. Drew,
it's Jason Momoa, the movie. That's what I got out of it.
So it's kind of like Venom. It's Tom Hardy the movie.
Well, yeah, because I guess Tom Hardy in his real life probably does use a dumb accent just because every now and again. But Jason Momoa doesn't seem to be playing a character. He just seems to be like, dude, I'm Jason Momoa. Hi. I'm sure. I know someone that knows him.
He does seem like he would be a fun hang.
I know someone that knows him, and he said he's a very nice guy. So good for him. right.
He likes to
Proud
drink.
we are of all of that.
He likes to drink beer and throw axes.
He plays guitar, too.
Cool.
That's kind of how my friend knows him. So, anyway, it looks good. It looks big in scope and epic, but it's... There's... And I don't know if it's just because of Aquaman, or maybe it's just because of the nature of his character. But it's like, under the sea. How much do I care about under the sea? I guess that's a me thing. I just don't really get big on underwater adventure.
Do you think you're...
Unless Gene Hackman's involved. With Ernest Borgnine.
Do you think there's a possibility that you're letting the past 30, 40 years of jokes about Aquaman kind of influence that?
No, because I never really got in on that game, like the Aquaman LOL talks to fish thing.
Okay.
I know it was a thing, but I never really cared. I'm like, yeah, but he was cool, and he's got he has a place in comics, and he has a place in that pantheon of like DC's godlike heroes. The king of Atlantis, the ruler of this whole undersea world that the surface world doesn't know about and whatnot. And in that context, it's cool. I'm not really like die hard about it, but I'm not opposed to it either. I just saw the trailer, and it's got a lot more color than we're used to seeing from DC, so cool. Yeah. It certainly seems to have a much lighter tone and a much more fun tone than we got in previous DC flicks, so again, yay, good. I just don't know if I'm like all in on it or not. Maybe I've been burned too many times by DC, or maybe I'm just not that excited about Aquaman in general. But as I say that, how much did I care about Guardians before Guardians became a thing?
Yeah.
I'm feeling you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So it's got potential. Between that and Shazam, I'm probably more up for Shazam than I am Aquaman.
Okay. Nate?
It looked pretty good. I mean, honestly, like
quantified take.
Because when I watch that trailer, I just can't help but keep DC's
track record
foibles in the back of my mind. So I think it looks cool, but like, we know where this could go. But I mean, am I going to go out of my way to see it? I mean, probably not, because it's hard to get out of the house to see movies. You have a kid. Unless, like, you were to call me and say, like, hey, Nate, you want to go see Aquaman with me? And I would say, like, okay.
Hey, so, in other words, it's very easy to get out of the house.
Well, you just need
someone to get you out of the house.
Right.
You also have to buy a ticket.
Like, I wouldn't will you buy my ticket? Well, I wouldn't go by myself, or I wouldn't try especially hard to go see it. You know what I mean? But if a friend kind of said, hey, you want to go see Aquaman? I'd be like, yeah, I'll go see that. Let's go see Aquaman. Sure.
Okay.
I won't.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
I definitely would not strive to make it a date night for me and Katie. Like, let's make it a date night to go see Aquaman. No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Shazam's a date night.
Oh, yeah. Shazam, I'm telling you, I'm going to see that opening night. It's the first time I've done that in years, seeing a movie on opening night. But I'm going to do it for my boy.
Jay, you don't seem to be down with the down with the
looks pretty. That's nice.
Jay says N-O.
I saw a little movie called Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. You have lost all my money, DC. I didn't see Justice League on purpose.
Yeah.
I saw Wonder Woman. I like 2/3 of that movie.
They did have a Justice League movie, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened, I guess.
It came, and it went, and no one cared, which is the saddest thing you can say about a Justice League movie.
Yeah, that is real sad.
I got my Momoa fix from Game of Thrones. That's all I needed. I'm good. If he does something else that looks cool, fine. They can go away.
Wow.
I'll see it when I see it.
All right. Wow.
All right.
Carl, what do you think?
I think it looks fun. I think, again, it's a tonal shift, much needed tonal shift for DC.
Yeah.
And I just hope it can deliver. It's an Aquaman movie, so I have no skin in the game.
Yeah.
So if it's bad, I lose nothing. If it's good, I gain a good movie that I enjoy.
$13 for it.
Well, you know.
I can always wait for it to come out in video.
Yeah.
Anyway.
on video.
Then
VHS.
I can't wait to get my beta copy of Aquaman.
Now available on video
if anybody
cassette.
can find out on beta, it's Nate.
Yeah, that's right,
Actually,
man.
yeah.
I do have a beta machine.
So
I still remember accidentally getting Transformers the movie from Video Factory on beta. I'm like, no!
Oh, no.
I want to watch Optimus Prime die again.
I actually just watched that over the past couple days with William.
Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Did he cry?
No.
I have to scold him.
Cry.
You'll cry when he dies.
You know what? I realized something, and no one's going to back me on this. No one's going to agree with me, but it's a personal preference, so you don't have to. I think Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime might be my favorite Autobot.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I don't have a dog in this
favorite Autobot. Did I say best?
You can dig
No.
yourself a little hole and sit with your opinion in there.
It's just good visual design.
Yep.
Carl, I support you and I support your choice.
Now get out of the house.
But I love I mean, it's more of a personal preference. I didn't say it was the best.
In what world? I love you. I'm here for you.
He just might be my
Chuck
favorite.
Nelson? Why? You had Robert Stack to choose from.
Because he's
Leonard Nimoy. Any of them. Oh wait, you said Autobots, so never mind. Not Nimoy.
Yeah.
yeah. I just said it's my
Robert Stack!
He even cursed.
I just said my favorite. I
Robert
didn't
He
say
couldn't get the Matrix open. He was mad. That was the first time I heard a cartoon swear.
I didn't say best. I just said favorite.
Over Optimus Prime. Over Blur.
Saying
take Blur.
saying Optimus Prime is your favorite Autobot is like saying your favorite baseball team is the Yankees.
They suck too, but Prime doesn't. Fine. In my world, Hot Rod is the Yankees.
Listen. Prime is
Wins despite what I
He's
want.
more like the Mets.
Listen. Prime is legend. Optimus's place in history is, solidified. I'm just showing a personal preference, guys.
Toy even sucked.
The toy did suck. Well, I can't curse. It was like an off Prime. The Rodimus Prime toy sucked.
He had this stupid little back thing like Optimus, but it was like a camper.
It did.
Who wants to go to Yosemite with Hot Rod?
Yeah, the vehicle. The vehicle mode.
That's the Bumblebee sequel.
Gold piece.
The vehicle mode looked fine.
I can't say it.
The vehicle mode looked fine. It was a cool design. It was different.
The stupid little yellow thing even fell off all the time. He couldn't even get that right.
I know. Again, personal preference, not favorite. I'm not saying it's best.
Carl, I support you. I support your
That's
choices.
fine.
I do.
All right.
We're all friends
Yeah.
So
until now.
I think he's my favorite Autobot. I think my favorite overall Transformer is probably still Starscream.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
What's the big planet that Orson Welles played?
Unicron.
That guy.
That guy.
Unicron.
Planet guy.
build your new body. Oh, he was pure. I know they mentioned on Hollywood Babylon this week. I don't know. Did you guys listen to Babylon?
I missed it this week.
They mentioned he was part of exquisite acting. Was the end when Unicron is dying?
Oh, where he just becomes inaudible.
Yeah.
No,
He's part of my. He's pulling his leg off.
You really he's legitimately. Okay, all right. So, rabbit trail aside,
Yes.
the last news story that we're going to cover, ironically enough, big build up for this story, very poor delivery. Marvel Comics announced that they had a very big X-Men announcement.
Oh, man.
Oh boy, I'm gonna use the bathroom.
That they had a very. Are you legitimately going to go?
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about this. I don't really care for X-Men.
Okay, so Marvel Comics announced they had a big X-Men announcement coming. There was a lot of speculation.
How big is it?
It's so big.
Liam Neeson drew the comic.
Liam Neeson shudders in fear of this announcement.
Their big announcement was that they're bringing back Uncanny X-Men.
Okay.
And
To the
Who's
Littering it.
writing it and drawing it?
I they didn't announce.
Oh, well, what are we doing here then?
But they did announce that Chris Claremont is coming back
But not Uncanny
for a
X-Men.
Magneto one-shot.
All right.
Well,
And in other news, so we're bringing the name back.
Yeah.
So are we still going to have our color-schemed X-Men teams?
Do they still have those?
yes. They do.
Red,
Red, blue, and now
gold.
black coming.
Oh, there's going to be an X-Men black.
Yes.
So we're just hitting the whole spectrum here.
Yes. They're kind of like the Green Lantern Corps now.
Why?
I don't know.
Because
Red's good.
Because X sells still to this day.
I see what you did there.
And I don't get why. It might be the most unaccessible title in all of comics.
In its defense right now, Astonishing is good. X-Men Red is good. X-Men Gold is very good. I have not read Blue yet. Gold is probably the best because I'm a Colossus mark. And a Nightcrawler mark. And they're both in it.
They're my two favorite X-Men.
It's a good read. And it's Colossus trying to marry Kitty and stuff.
But let me ask you this:
When did Storm become Thorish? I missed that.
I
He got Stormbreaker.
I gave up on the X-Men a long time ago.
It's still good. Well, I came back to the X-Men sabbatical, and it's Gold's good. Red's very social for the times right now. So it actually, that might be the best X-Men book because it's taking on social, like, you know, we don't like people who aren't like us.
Yeah.
Topical.
Quite.
With political things and such.
So let me ask you this, though. If someone came up to you who's never read X-Men and they said they wanted to start reading X-Men, where would you point them to?
Drew's going to love this answer. Drew knows that answer.
Well, currently or
Wait,
historically?
oh, wait.
No, just in general. They said, I want to start reading X-Men. Where would you point them?
Morrison's run.
Hey.
Would you say that, because I've never read Morrison's run, would you say that if you have no prior knowledge of X-Men, it's accessible?
Yes. Yep.
Agreed. Yeah.
If you have because you probably have a osmosis level idea.
Yeah.
And that's all you need.
Yeah, you know enough to
The
know.
movies were popular enough, you at least know who Cyclops is,
Yeah.
and
Right.
Jean and Beast.
So then let me ask you this. Where do you go after that run?
Home.
Those cards that they came out with in the 90s.
That's right.
Drew, didn't we do a show once on the cards?
We did.
Did you guys really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That was a landmark card series, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. Like the 80s stuff, maybe, or maybe you go there first. But I feel like it's dated. But it laid the foundation for what would be revived later by Morrison. He kind of took the best, their greatest hits of the 80s and the tone of it, and modernized it, and tried to hit all the big beats that Claremont hit back in the day. And he did a great job, and it was awesome. And then Whedon came in, and Astonishing was good for a little while, and then he left, and then the X-Men to me have been kind of rudderless and weird for like the better part of a decade. Bendis tried to make something happen, and I just don't care anymore.
I haven't seen any of the recent movies, X-Men movies.
You're not
Are those
missing
any?
anything.
You're fine.
I've,
You're fine.
Seth Solinsky of Geekiverse, he let me borrow, like, I've had his copy of X-Men First Class for like 2 years now.
First Class is good.
I still haven't seen it. It's just
First
been
Class
sitting on my
is
shelf.
good.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's in the better pile of the movies.
Of the recent
Maybe I convince Katie
X-film,
to watch it with me.
of the recent X films, First Class is good. The Wolverine has Wonder Woman syndrome. It's good for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Then they went to Japan.
and then Logan is good, not great, but good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not the movie everybody says it is.
Would you count House of M as part of an X-Men, or is that a standalone? Everybody's around.
That's a crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crossover offshoot Elseworlds thing.
Once Avengers show up, it's kind of
Yeah.
But half of the X-Men are Avengers.
well now.
Everybody's-
It didn't used to be that way. It was only Beast back in the day.
So yeah, and Claremont coming back. This is like what
Who cares if it works?
This is by no means a big return for him because he's come back to X-Men numerous times. He wrote the landmark Jim Lee series in the 90s.
Yep, and then he came back about, 5-6 years ago, if that. He did that X-Men 91 series. Remember they did that? It was Batman 66. They did X-Men 91, where he...
Really?
Yeah, they took the core team from the animated series and kind of made a book out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Whatever. He left a undeniable mark on that franchise.
Oh yeah, he's on
That
the Mount,
doesn't mean
he's
I-
on the X-Men Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
There's
he's
no argument.
Yeah,
there.
he's probably like head and shoulders above everyone else, but I just don't care to read anymore.
Saying that, I would also include Days of Future Past.
Sure.
The
In
movie?
Not the movie.
No,
no,
God,
the
no.
actual.
Is that the one
Book.
that takes place in the 70s?
Yes,
Okay.
time travel.
Oh, the one that retcons X-Men 3?
It does.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, X-Men The Last Stand?
Yeah,
One of only 2 X-Men movies I've seen. X-Men 2 and X-Men The Last Stand.
Well, 2 is good.
yeah, two's
I
great.
liked 2 a lot when
You
I
should.
saw it.
Yeah.
Last Stand is hot garbage.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway.
It was
Yeah,
fun to
Days
it was,
of
it was
Future
fun to
Past,
heckle at in the theater.
I think Days of Future Past is one of those things that is overhyped.
It's overrated,
Like when
maybe,
you go,
but
yeah, it's overrated, overhyped. If you go back and read it, it's good,
It's a
but
little
it's not
dated.
like oh my god, Days of Future Past.
it was landmark for the time.
Yeah, I would say like if you go back and read it now, like it's not like it's not the X-Men's version of Dark Knight Returns.
No,
where you can go back
no.
and read that anytime. It's great.
All things in their time, girl.
Okay. No, I can go with that. So, yeah.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. News,
The aristocrats.
news, and news.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Probably,
things
but-
that interested you in particular, but
It's Comic-Con is.
it's got a couple
I
little
used
things.
to very much be into like all the news that was coming out of it. Now I just kind of watch trailers, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was.
Yeah.
There are a couple other little things like
What you got?
I saw. I really like the show Steven Universe. They have a new thing coming out for that. A little tiny snippet of the movie, not much, but it's there. It's exciting.
Cool.
Takes the series new places, and then they're gonna do a new Invader Zim thing. Did you see that?
I know of Invader Zim.
Yeah.
I've never watched Invader
Oh
Zim.
man, it's good. It's good. You watch it. It sort of like has a Ren and Stimpy-ish effect, where you're like, I can't believe they put this on Nickelodeon.
Well, it was the
know?
same creator that did Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Honan
isn't it?
Vasquez.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Like there's an episode where Zim is taking an organ from everybody in town. So he's stuffed with organs at the end of the episode. It's like he opens his mouth, you see like a heart float in his throat, and it's
for kids.
It's for kids, right? Exactly. You're like, but it's hilarious. I love that show. So I hope that is good.
Drew, any other Comic-Con stuff?
No, I was mostly jacked up by that Godzilla trailer, and that was that was my moment of the weekend.
So is Jay anything?
I'm actually scanning through them now. I'm looking at the Funkos that came out because I have a Funko issue.
The biggest winners and losers of Comic-Con.
There's a couple cool Harry Potter ones if I ever wanted them.
Yeah, my Funko purchasing is dropped off to very, very rarely. It's got to be something really special.
I got
for
yelled
me
at. 58 was the limit. I learned what the limit was.
I mean, I think 60 is a nice round number.
Well, I got to get the Young Bucks 2-pack.
There you
so
go.
that'll Put me at
There you go.
60.
Nice.
But then
I have that.
Kenny Omega's going to put you at 61.
Can we talk about the G1?
Not on this show.
Do you want to make a 3-hour podcast?
So yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this episode. Nate, you have wares to speak of.
Yes.
Please promote your wares.
I am the host of a podcast called The Memory Machine, which is on the Geekiverse Media Network. And it's about old stuff. We pick a different old topic and have a couple guests on who know a couple things about it, and we ruminate on it for a little bit. Things as old as hopefully soon I'll have an episode out about silent film soon, so things as old as that, and things as recent as our last episode was on Homestar Runner. So it really runs the gamut between things.
Remember Homestar Runner?
Yeah, Homestar Runner.
Richard Ray.
Yes.
Well, his show is the Memory Machine.
Yeah,
so
that's the whole thing.
So the whole point is member.
Well, we talk about history. And
What episode were we on?
Memories and
We were on a video game.
video games from like the 8-bit era, like 85 to 90.
Look it up,
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yep. I was also on the
superheroes history of
prior
superhero films.
to 2008.
Yes, history super film. It was a two-parter because we talked a lot. So,
Where do they find this?
where do you find this? You go to memorymachinepod.com, which will just redirect you to things tagged as a memory machine on the Geekiverse. You can also go to the SoundCloud. This is all under the Geekiverse's feed. I don't have my own feed for the Memory Machine yet. I want to. But yeah, it's all under the Geekiverse. You'll find it there.
There you go.
So,
Cool.
and follow me on Twitter at Nate_Lockhart. I talk about old stuff. And I mourn. So, yeah. Check that out.
That's Twitter.
Jay, where can the people find you on the Twitters?
I just retweet Funko stuff and hope to win. There's no point in following me, really.
Hey, this is true, actually.
I'm still.
He's not wrong.
I know. I messaged Drew about. I sent him some. I sent you a link for possible podcast equipment.
Yes.
I'm getting the itch. This doesn't help being here.
Yeah.
Just buying the stupid equipment and just doing a wrestling podcast by myself. I already have a name picked out though. I have till 5.
Okerlund's Folly.
He's not doing good. Oh no, he was just in a Kevin Hart commercial for Sprite because why not? Where's the Kickstart? I don't know.
Mean Gene.
It was Mean Gene.
Oh, boy.
No, Howard Finkel's the one who's not doing good right now.
That's correct.
I'm surprised.
One of those mustachioed men from the 80s is dying. I don't know which.
All of them? Especially, I think...
Hogan's back.
Unreal.
What?
Anyway.
In racist form.
Brother.
We're gonna get off topic here.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. We'll never...
gotta bring it home.
But yeah, that's where you can find my stuff.
All right,
So-
folks, if you'd like to find our stuff, you can go to Twitter and find us at Devils Do Pod. You can go to Facebook.com/Devils Do Pod. You can email us at thedevilsdopod@gmail.com, or you can find all these resources available to you on our website, thedevilsdopodcast.com. I want to thank our very special guests, Mr. Nate Lockhart and Mr. Jay Gelsomino. Guys, thank you very much for coming out and jumping in on this with us.
Thank
No.
you for having me on.
No. Thank you.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with you guys, laughing and chatting it up.
This could have been like a simple 45-minute, 1-hour episode, but no.
Nope, we screwed it all up.
I wanted to bring in
Happily.
I wanted to bring in the big guns.
Yeah.
Where are we currently
Ruined
at right now,
everything.
Jay?
Big guns.
I can't read it from here, so it's a good place to end.
Oh, 2 hours, 2 minutes, 21, 22, 23.
That might be a record for us,
24.
actually.
No,
So
dude. Last Jedi was over 3 hours.
Was it
Holy
really?
Yes.
Moses, I forgot about that.
We had a lot to dissect there. There's new stuff had come to light.
well, we don't want to go away. We don't retread that.
No.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Court is adjourned.